Hi everyone, Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon from whichever part of the world you are joining in. I'm Dr. Adam Kohar, and today's session is all about why 2024 is the year to take control of your mental health. So let me just share briefly about myself. I am a pharmacist, and apart from that, I started my career in coaching and mentoring back in 2021. So it's been a long, long journey. When I first came into this profession of coaching and mentoring, previously I was struggling from some like limitations, some self-imposed limitations and limiting beliefs, because I was feeling like maybe I'm not good enough to start something. Maybe I'm not worthy enough to be there for someone. And it's not always about like you are having an anxiety or depression, but sometimes it is always about like you might be struggling with your own self-worth issues, with your own struggles. So I started working with coaches. Luckily, I got this opportunity to get connected with the world's best coaches, naming Tony Robbins, Arfin Khan, Kamran Sultan. And here I am, Alhamdulillah. So I started working with clients with my own with in Pakistan, Dubai, Saudi Arabia. So Alhamdulillah, I got this opportunity to get connected with the women globally. And last year, I published my book with the name Canvas of Love. It's available on Amazon. It is all about celebrating the resilience and strength of the woman who had changed their life over the years by taking help from coaches. So there are stories of my own clients, and they have been such a source of inspiration for me and for the women who are in this world globally. So if you want to grab this book, I'll share the link in the description as well. So we have some amazing speakers today with us, Colonel Aditya Ripple Desai and Komal Arif. So we'll ask them to share their insights about why 2024 is the year to take control of their mental health. So let me just briefly tell you about my insights over it. Because since in 2024, we have been into this era of artificial intelligence. So you all must agree with it, since this AI has boomed in this year. So there are a lot of challenges that people are facing right now. It's not always about like the anxiety and depression, but people are facing a lot of distractions while being in the workplaces, while being in home, spending time with family. So there are a lot of thoughts, there are a lot of struggles that people are going through right now. So if you are someone who is struggling with issues related to self-worth, with your own struggles, you are unable to focus on your work, on your health, on your self-care, then I must recommend you to go out, search in your community, because there are a lot of people who are in your community who might be there to help you out, like people like us, like we are coaches and we are here to support you. So if you want to discuss something related to your own struggles, you can reach out to us. So let's start our session. I will start with Colonel Aditya. Hi, Colonel.
Hi, Dr. Anum. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Alhamdulillah. Good morning. So, Colonel, would you like to share briefly about yourself and why do you think
Yes.
that 2024 is the year to take control of your mental health?
Yes, of course. So I'm Colonel Aditya Singhal. I served in the Indian Army for 33 years, and after completing my full service, I hung up my uniform in September 2020. And in my second innings, I'm a mind hacker and a mindset shift coach. Like you, I also got a opportunity to work with some of the best in this field, and we all are part of the same community. And when it comes to the topic that you chose regarding 2024 being the most important year for mental resilience, so I completely agree with you on that because what I have seen, life in the army was totally different from what it is out of uniform. And in the army, we were specifically trained to handle any kind of stress, pressure, And the situations wherein at times it was a matter of life and death. And so it was, I found it comparatively easier to handle the stress when it comes to workplace. However, in my personal life, I also struggle when handling issues related to your family, related to your friends, or other family members, because most of the time we were not there when they needed us because of our exigencies of service. So, and we could do nothing about it. However, because of our training, because of the mental strength, we were able to handle that thing, and we never went into that feeling of guilt that I am not able to support my family. And the advantage of that which I found was that our family members become independent. My wife became independent. My children became independent. They could handle these situations on their own. And when they grew up, and when they went outside in the world for picking up a job or college, I think it was very easy for them to adjust to the changing circumstances. However, one thing which, especially for this year, and especially after COVID, because COVID was a life changer for each one of us, and all of us had certain challenges and certain very, very difficult times in each one's life. That it actually changed the entire perspective of the world related to uh, what we were not appreciating, which is there in our life, and we were running after something which was not in our hand. And that was one of the reasons which created a lot of work-related pressure and long working hours and other things. So people were just busy chasing the career, and in the process they forgot about their personal family life, and they realize the importance of creating a balance between that. And that is where your subject of mental resilience comes into play, because that is the best thing which can help us overcome any challenges that we face in our either a professional or personal life. So this is a little bit about myself, and as we move forward, we'll share more inputs. Thank you, Dr. Anum, for giving me opportunity to come on this platform.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing about yourself. So next speaker is Ripple Desai. Hi, Ripple.
Hi everyone. First of all, thank you, Anu, for this platform. I would just share a bit about myself. So it all started with I wanted to publish my book in 2021, and then I got to know about the coaching, and it was a very instant thing that okay, this is something which is I'm meant to do this thing because it was something so appealing and something it just felt like this is what I want to do I want to do in my life. So then I got enrolled into the coaching, and I think by 2021, I was a certified coach. So I think since past 2 years, I've been practicing like much consistently as a mindset and transformation coach, and I've got great opportunity to work with professionals in the workplace and also individuals with the different age groups. And also I published my book in 2021, and that was about you don't owe anything to anyone except yourself. So when we talk about the mental health, I think I would weigh in that I feel that your relationship with your own self that stands out a lot in terms of just like 2024 is the time where we really need to take care of our mental health. And I have always believed that like I'm 30 years old. I like just turned 30 like last month, and I've realized that in school till now we have never been taught about certain things like how to handle a failure or how to handle a heartbreak or some emotions and feelings of love and confidence and anxiousness, how to handle those things. It was all about just yeah, exams, give exams, friends, and just move forward. It was all related to like career front, and it was all about proving something to others. But over the time, I realized with my own experiences as well that right now people have become so much invested into proving their worth to people, even in the workplace, even in the relationship, even in every area. It is the validation which we get from people. I think it has been going on since the childhood. So we have been conditioned that okay, if we get that validation, if we get that that appreciation from people, or if we get love from others, then only we are valuable. Then only we have that that we are good enough. So working on yourself, like as kids, like we have been taught that be happy, be kind, be honest. These are like some basic values being taught to us. Like everyone knows, help others. But like, do we like really be kind to ourselves? Do we help our own self? Do we be honest with our own self? So I feel that the relationship with our own self, it is missing. And I feel that if people start working on that aspect, every other aspect just becomes into place, like maybe workplace and maybe in the families, in any kind of relationship. I think everything works out. So that is something. If anyone of you want to weigh in, so you can like share your view as well.
This is really true that we are not being kind to ourselves since
Yeah.
the advancement of AI. I would really say that because we are so much into like work and living for a going out for a better lifestyle and doing things, but not being kind to our own self. So next speaker is Komal Arif. Hi Komal, Assalamu alaikum.
Hi, hope you are good and thank you, Anam, for this opportunity. It will be very, very great step. And I must appreciate you for this initiative.
Would you like to
Yeah, so basically,
yourself and why do you think that 2024 is the year to take control of your mental health?
yeah, Anna, basically, first of all, I introduce myself. My background is from clinical psychology. I have done my master's in clinical psychology. And I see so many issues, so many health problems in in this era. So I have some own concern that I can't say no to other people's. Like I can't say no to others and take burdens on my own self. And after that, I regret why I can't say no, and why I take things on myself and it's burdenize me. So then I know about the NLP and I say I must attend that. And after that, I changed my life and I know what are my limitations, what are my beliefs, and um, I can easily working on my goals, and I know what should I say and what should I not say others. Plus, I see many people who have these issues who can't say no, and in this era, um, people know okay they have to say, and there is no bad thing in saying no to others. Plus, we have a parenting issues like in this era um, screen addiction is one of the most common issue. And for this, procrastination is also one of the main thing. And these things affect our mental health.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
I think, yeah. So I think this is the era working on ourselves and improve our mental health. Otherwise, we have seen so many cases that people suicide themselves due to having a work pressure, due to having there is a racing competition racing we can say now. So everybody is going on in the racing that we have to achieve this and that. So they don't have any time for their self and for their mental health. So I think this is important for this era.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the point that you have raised is very common, that it is very difficult to say no to people. And I was struggling with this people pleasing attitude, because at some point of time in my life I was struggling with this. Saying no to even to my parents becomes so much difficult that they might think that I'm not a good daughter, or my siblings, my brothers would think that no, our sister is not that much good enough, she's saying no to us. So over the
Hmm.
years, by taking coaching and mentoring from the best people, now I realize it is okay to say no to people. It is okay,
Yeah.
until and unless you are communicating in an effective manner, until and unless you know deep down about your own baselines, about your own coding. Colonel Aditya and Ripple must agree with that. So
Yes.
these are the something that are quite embedded in our I would say in our personality. So yeah, this is
Yeah.
something important to work on. So I
And I
would
think,
like to ask,
still,
yeah, please, Ripple. Sure.
I was just saying that, saying no, I think I still struggle to say no. I mean, even if it's like, I would pray that, I would literally pray that God, please, the other person should say no, so this things would go, because I can't say no. It is so difficult for me to say no, to reject something or anything. So my one of the prayer is always like, if it is not meant to be, you just take it away, or the other person should say no, because I can't say it no because it's so difficult. I think that guilt factor, it is, I don't know, it's maybe it's conditioned, and you just want to be that good person, and because it's like, it's more like you don't value your own self, right? You don't really value that what do you want, or what are your things which you wish to have in life. But it's just about just making other person happy, or not being the bad person which you think you might be if you say no. So I think, yeah, that's something really important.
Yeah, absolutely. So I would like to ask you, like, people some questions, which are, I think, the most important one to be discussed in this session. So, do you like to say, like, suggest or say that why as we can see that there is the rapid advancement of AI happening, somehow
Hmm.
it is impacting our mental health. So do you have some examples about it, like how it is impacting our mental health positively and negatively, specifically in this year 2024, since it is about to end? So I would like the people to know more about it, that how it is impacting positively and negatively.
So, if we talk about AI, so in terms of positive aspect, some work has become really, like, really easy. Like, especially the documentation work, which, it used to take like hours and hours to, like, maybe correct the grammar, or just putting everything in a format, in a simple format. I think those things have become easy. So during the job, these things have become a mentally, like, it has given that ease to these things. But I think, what has been consistently since many years, and even with the AI coming in or anything, it's our dependence on external factors. Even with, the social media, like I think Komal was talking about the screen time before. So
Yeah.
that has become so addictive that we get influenced a lot. So with AI and with the technology, the influence have become so much that we don't really ask ourselves that, do I really want this, or does it even really serve me? It's just about, oh, okay, it is there out there, everyone is having, so even I should have it, or this people are doing this is adventure, so maybe I should also have it. So I think the personal connect with our own self has been missing. I think since the technology has overtaken, and now AI has, like, it is everything is that. I mean, games, making friends, everything is on internet. So I feel that that personal connection is missing with our own self.
Yeah, absolutely. Komal, would you like to share something about it?
Uh, AI made ourselves easy. We have so many things which AI can do for us. Like if we have to matlab search anything, just type in the GPT and it provide all the step. But after that, our thinking ability is you know less, because we don't want to think by ourselves, and we just type and want answer from the chat GPT. So that might be our brain is affecting. I think our brain is not we are not providing, we are not gaining the benefits from our brain. We are getting the benefits from the AI. Basically, we are using that, and we are not using our brain as much as we can. Plus we are not focus on our personal development. We are focusing on like we all are running in the competition, which is going that we have to success this, we have to go on this level and that and that. So it's affect our mental health, unfortunately.
Absolutely, absolutely. So Colonel is back. So Colonel, would you like to share that how do you think it is impacting the specifically in the age of AI, or mental health is impacting like positively and negatively?
So, Dr. Anam, sorry, I got disconnected. I think there was some issue with my net. Anyway, I'm back. So what I feel is, firstly, I resonated with many things which Ripple and Komal and you mentioned when it comes to saying no, because we are brought up in such a manner, we are conditioned that everything when our elders say, we have to agree with them and we can't say no to them. That is the basic core issue which as you mentioned, it is a kind of coding which is inbuilt in our personality, which affects you all your life, and that is the reason why we struggle with that. Now in terms of AI, what has happened is that AI is become so advanced. Ultimately, it has been created by human beings only, and the programming or the coding of AI is such that it is gathering data information from human beings, and based on that it is giving you the responses of like solutions on whatever questions you are asking them. And as a result, many jobs have been taken over by AI, especially wherein it involves automation or even for example, IT sector is one major sector which are wherein maximum jobs have been taken over by AI, because when it comes to coding programming, so people are losing their jobs. Companies are downsizing their workforce. So as a result, once if we go back to about 20 years back, IT was the best sector to be in when it came to jobs. Now IT is one of the sectors wherein there are lesser jobs, more people, and many companies will give you a job, but they'll keep you on a bench strength. So you are employed by a big company like Infosys or maybe Dell or Google, but you will not be getting any work to do. So as a result, what youngsters are feeling is that I am not getting any experience and I am not getting any growth, and I'm stuck at one place. And if I go out looking for any job outside, I have nothing to show to them as to what have I learned in this, even though I'm working in such a big way. So that is one of the reasons which is causing a lot of stress on people, and it is taking a toll on their not only their work life but even on their personal life also. And the solution to my mind is that we have to be one step ahead of the competition. That means you have to continuously learning and relearning and even unlearning certain things which I may have learned about 10 years back, which is obsolete now. So I have to keep on continuously, as we see, say in the army, you have to keep growing your armory, or you have to keep on acquiring new skills, new expertise, so that AI does not take over your job.
Okay.
And as we say, instead of them becoming your master, you remain the master, even though you have given a lot of powers to AI, but still you remain the master of the AI. So that is one thing that can be done or that can be focused upon by those who are working in the field of AI or developing AI to overcome this particular challenge.
Absolutely, absolutely. You are very right. So, how do you think like there are incidents going on in our community, in the world, all around? You must have seen this that I came across with this news that there was a girl who was 5 years old, oh sorry, who was 10 years old, and she was in, I think, fifth grade or sixth grade. She was from my home country, Pakistan. There is a small town, Hyderabad. She was from there, and that girl committed suicide while jumping from the fence of her school building. So that was a very shocking news for me last year. And when they dig deep into the instances why she committed suicide, so the reason was that there was a screen addiction, and there was the girl was struggling with some bullying in her family. So her parents were bullying her in a way that you are not getting good grades, you are not giving that much time to your studies, you are always into tablets, you are always into games, and you are always talking to your friends and phone. So things like that. So do you think that in this age of artificial intelligence, since the last year there wasn't like that much platforms available, but in 2024 the things are getting bigger, so the things are now like into the communities in an infinite manner. So do you think that we can control this in a very effective manner, that it might create some positive impact to the children specifically, to this age group?
So I feel that
So, Dr. Anum, Ripple, go ahead first.
Okay.
So I do feel that even when you talk about kids, so I've been teacher for like 3 years, and when I talk about that, when I was in school, there was a lot of pressure about getting a certain score, especially when you have that board exams, like maybe in 10th and 12th standard. And it was all about that it defines you, it defines who you are. And even if you don't score, then your life does not have that value. So that mindset, it is still there, and it was always there. So there is a pressure on kids. So I think before maybe few years back when AI was not there, people still felt the same way like that girl felt, but maybe they did not had that maybe resources or some ways of maybe ending their life or doing certain things, or maybe they were not seeing the reels which was constantly validating those emotions and constantly making them feel more bad about themselves. So I think right now, because of the technology and everything, the action they which want to take has become more fast, because because you are staring at the screen all the time. So if I'm upset right now and all I'm doing is staring at the screen and seeing everything, so then my mind would become to take the wrong step, that space that would become very quick, which was the emotions and feelings were the same before as well when AI was not there. But I think that space when you get, like when you maybe you just met your friends, or when you just go out to the play, when you just have the interaction, that intensity just reduces. Maybe you won't take that step even if you feel like taking it, even if you feel like running away or do those things. But I think because of the environment and everything, it just becomes lesson. But right now it's like constantly it is there on the screen, and this reel, everything which relates to your situation, algorithm is as such. So so I think because of that.
Yeah, absolutely. You are right about it. So, Komal, would you like to share about it, since you are working with parents and with the moms who have kids in this age group? So, what are your insights over it?
Yeah, Anam, I want to share something that our focus has also been reduced due to AI, na? Because now it's an era people like to watch the reels And reels is like a 30-second video. You have to get all the summary about everything you get in the 30 second or 1 minute. So it reduce the focus, our focus, and we don't much focus. Like if can give somebody a book to read it, she or he or might don't like to read. Instead of they want a summary about it, because our focus has been not much developed after the AI. Our focus has been reduced after that. So I think same issue with the kids. They are screen addiction, and they also have less focus. And same with the attention span. We have so many. We see so many kids. Those attention span is very minimum. So it's all due to AI. I think
Okay.
it's
And
my opinion.
okay. And how do you think that and this a question from all of you, like how do you think this in this world of increasing influence by AI, what strategies should individual adopt to ensure like their mental health remains their top priority despite of the growing pressures with the technology, like keeping up with the technology and all the stresses that are going on?
So, Dr. Anum, what I realize while interacting with the parents, and having seen this, what Komal and Ripple mentioned, is that it all starts from home, and especially where both the parents are working. So now they don't have enough or adequate time to give to their children, and as a result, they are giving their children the latest tools, whether it comes to mobile phones or tablets or other things, so that their children stay occupied, and they don't trouble them, or they don't. While it is okay to give them access to technology, however, we have to. Maybe the parents will have to do a little bit of more work in terms of it. Yeah, you focus on your job, but still you have to take out fix certain hours in a day in your schedule, wherein you spend time with your children. You listen to them rather than telling them what to do. Like in our all of you must have experienced when we were growing up. You were always told, they do this, don't do this. It was we were never allowed to speak. Whereas now, with the children, with the awareness and the peer pressure and the availability of technology and everything, you cannot tell your child, even whether he or she is 5 years old or 10 years old or even grown up, that do this and don't do this, because their mind is grown up. They are giving, they are aware, they have access to everything. They are more aware, and so we as parents firstly have to draw a line between, as we call, some people call it as work life balance. Okay, take care, work is fine, but I have to every day in my schedule, I have to spend maybe 1 hour or 2 hour with my children, and listen to them, have a interaction as to how was their day, what are they going through, what kind of friends they have, what are the pressures they are feeling. Because the lack of time, especially due to COVID, one more thing which I realized was that many parents had given or outsourced the bringing of their children to their school. They thought ki I am spending money sending my children to the best of school. That means that it is the responsibility of school to ensure everything, that in terms of bringing values. Or so of course teachers also have their hands. Ripple would agree with me that teachers also have limited thing. They have to look after, as a parent I have to look after one or two children. As a teacher you have to look after 50 children. So there's no way she can, even if she wanted to, she cannot give personal attention to each child. So that is one thing which we have to realize, especially in the current scenario. And when it comes to AI can actually be utilized in a more productive manner to bring in certain good things in our children. And one more thing which comes to mind is what we used to follow in the army is lead by example. So we as parents have to set example. If if I, as a parent, am spending all my time when I'm at home looking at my mobile, replying to messages or watching reels, how do I stop my child from doing the same thing? And they will question you. We could not question our parents, but they will question you. Mom or dad, you are doing this. Why are you stopping me from doing this? So that is something which we have to realize, and that is where we as parents are like. Fortunately, I have grown up kids, and so I don't face this problem. But current generation of parents or the Gen Z, they say, as they are called, they are facing these kinds of issues, and both parents are working. The work pressure is too much because and they are not sure whether they will remain in the job tomorrow or not because of the competition which is there. So the personal life takes a backseat, and as a result, these things are happening. So we have to look inwards and find and create ways to spend more time with our children so that they don't uh, 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 get into this trap of AI or getting into the trap of getting affected by the peers or technology and taking extreme steps at such a young age. And you must have, Dr. Komal would agree with me, she must have come across many children who are very young and they are saying, I'm under mental stress. Whereas we never knew what is stress. We never knew what is stress. The things which are called as stress were normal for us. So,
Yeah,
so that is something which we all have to, especially the younger parents, have to look into it.
yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
That is what I feel about this issue.
And how do you think that this AI is like influencing our daily life and routine? Look, people are struggling with isolation and anxiety in this digital age because they are so much like there is the dopamine rush. Like people are
Yeah.
watching reels continuously. There are reels like how to make money in just 1 hour. Like you can make $1,000 or 3 days or like $100 in 1 hour. So there are reels like that, and people used to go to there, make an accounts and like yes, we can make it. Like 1 hour is like a piece of cake for us. But there is a like a continuous work. There is a consistency that help you reach to a certain point. So do you feel like there in this age that how we can influence our daily lives in a positive manner, specifically those people who are struggling with this feeling of like isolation?
I think for me it would be actually taking time to have that digital detox and not getting like just keeping your phone aside, talking to people, like going out with people, it having that conversation. I know it's very difficult because even when I feel low, I would just want to be there, in my room, and maybe I will just scroll the reels or I will see some videos, and that's what. But when the moment you just keep that thing aside, when you go out, when you meet people, you would feel good. You would instantly feel good when the problems are related to this isolation, or just you are just feeling very sad or feeling very heavy. So I think just going out, exploring nature, meeting friends, or just and not just having that this dopamine rush of reels and just always being there, because life is so much more than that. And I also feel that taking help, like consulting coaches or maybe psychologists or anyone according to your need, it is very, very important. And it's high time that it should be normalized. I mean, it is still not normalized. Like people feel that mental struggle is it can go very quickly. Like today, if you tell someone that this is my problem, like I'm feeling very sad about it, people would think that tomorrow they would see, matlab, it's been a long time now. It's like over. It's been 2 days. But whereas the physical, like when you go through a physical problem, when you have a fracture, you get a lot of time to, process that pain. You get rest. People ask about you. People feel like, they come to meet you. There's so much of love given to you, when you go through that fracture or something. So it becomes easy for you to take that pain, and, time passes quickly. But when you have that something you're going through mentally, you can't like just leave your job, right? You cannot take a break. People are not going to ask you that what is wrong. It's always a struggle, and I think it's high time we start talking about it, about seeking help, talking about maybe the heartbreaks, the failure, because it's not always about good things, right? People keep asking that. There are like basic questions people ask. What is your job? Did you get married? How is your relationship? That's it. I mean, no one is interested. And life is not that, right? I mean, life is not that fairy tale, and not that all the good things are only going to be there. So I think, yeah, just having that conversation.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
Dr. Anam, you're all aware that one thing is having the right kind of mastermind around you. So
Yeah.
it is very, very important to have that one go-to person in your life. It could be that person could be a friend or a relative or a specialist who you can go to and speak and express yourself without the fear of being judged. Because that is the fear of being judged is one of the most important reasons which prevents us from seeking help even when we know that we need help. And and here we as parents also can contribute in a manner wherein if we can do two or three things. One is that every day in our schedule. Like what I do is when I wake up in the morning, uh, uh, I do not touch my mobile phone, and I only it is kept on a side. I'll keep on doing other things. I'll go for a walk. I will go for a run, and even if I'm going for a walk or a run, I'll just use it to switch on Strava to record my thing, and the mobile remains in the pocket. And even if I get a call, I don't pick it up. I know that in case there is an emergency, the person will call me back again. That is one thing which we can do. So so if you have even 1 to 2 hours of no mobile time in the morning, early morning, whether if we are early riser, that is the best time wherein you are very fresh ideas, fresh, and go and, as Ripple mentioned, go and spend time with nature, for a walk, go for a do any activity, do any physical activity. That morning physical activity of 1 hour will keep your entire day very good. And
Yeah.
third thing is fix up a time wherein you it could be half an hour or 1 hour, if possible more, with your entire family as a parent with your children, wherein you just it could be like an open forum wherein whether it is over a dinner table or sitting in a balcony or in your drawing room and having a conversation, open discussion as to just talk about anything and give them, listen to them rather than telling them what you want them to do. So once they have that openness within the home, they will not go out in search of somebody to look or listen to them. And of course,
Yeah.
having the right kind of mastermind for that go-to person is
Hmm.
very, very important. If we are able to create that kind of environment, we will be able to handle any kind of pressure that we are facing in our life, whether it is related to our work or whether it is peer pressure at school or at workplace or even within the family. You must all have gone through this situation wherein your parents or have always been comparing you to either your cousins or your brother, sister, or your friends की वो देखो कितना अच्छा करा तुम क्यों नहीं कर सकते. So, if we can accept our children as they are, like that remind me of two words. One is acceptance, and the second is expectations. So, if we expect less and accept more from
Yeah.
anybody who's in our life, life would be so much better for everybody.
Absolutely, absolutely. That I'm just loving this conversation. It feels like a therapy right now. So, Komal, what is your take on this?
Uh, he covers all the things, all the expect, and mashallah, he matlab, conveys very much better. And all aspects are covered, but I should add that we have to set the boundaries and limitations for ourselves and for our kids also. Like we have to make the boundaries for family boundaries, that this is the time where we should not use mobile phone and we have to sit together like he said. And same all the things like we have to uh, but we have to decide the boundaries with kids. So we have to tell them, we have to ask them
Yeah.
that we want this and what do you say about this? What's your opinion? Okay, so yeah, that's my point.
Thank you. So, what is the one last message would you like to give to the people who are watching this video, that how they can develop that mental resilience in helping themselves to avoid the burnout kind of things in their life? You know, people struggle with burnout. People struggle with the changes that are happening. So, how they can protect their own mental well-being, how they can develop their own mental resilience.
No, Anam, sorry. Anam, my suggestion is that ke people, I would suggest that daily journaling is best thing.
Hmm.
You can do a daily journaling, you can do a daily meditation. Uh, they both are great, and you can see their effects in within 3 to 4 days even. So these two techniques are very helpful for stay connected with yourself.
Absolutely, absolutely. You're very right about you. Ripple, what is your message?
I think there are like few things. One first would be like we say, affirmations, or we call it as like e-codes. I think having that personal e-codes for your own self, that is something very, very important. And because being kind to yourself and building that relationship with your own self, it is something so important. And it is the most difficult thing to love yourself unconditionally. So it needs a lot of work, it needs a lot of attention. And sometimes you might feel that this is not possible for you, but just keep going through it, like having this affirmations, having that routine for you while you spend time with your own self, you work on yourself. I think this is the only way where we people can be more lovable to their own selves, and that kindness would reach to the world. So I think that is the most important thing.
That is the need of time, I would say. I
Yes.
love the message that Komal and you have shared. So, Karna, what is your message to the viewers?
So in addition to what Komal and Ripple said, what I would also share is that we should not create pressure on ourselves unnecessarily. And that there used to be thing, what will people say? So stop worrying about what will people say. I must give myself importance as a individual, one. Secondly, if you remember, whenever you are taking a flight, in the beginning the air hostess gives you instructions, and in case of emergency, first is pull up your mask and put on yourself, then you help your neighbor.
Yeah.
So similarly, if our cup is full with these things, we will be able to help others also in our family, in our circle. So first, most important thing is to look after yourself, because they say God who helps those who help themselves. So unless we help ourselves instead of looking for validation from outside,
Yeah.
that would definitely work a lot. And thereafter you can and when it comes to within your family or immediate loved ones, you can actually set examples, as Komal said, uh, draw boundaries for everything, and also help them to draw boundaries for themselves and others. Okay, this is where stuff like I remember I was reading this book called Body Language by Alan Pease. It talks about space. One is social space, one is personal space, and one is your immediate personal space. Like if you are standing in a gathering and somebody comes too close to you, you start feeling uncomfortable. Uh, you must have experienced this in public transport or in a gathering. So don't allow anybody to breach that space of yours. And similarly, create the similar kind of space for your mental health also, where you said that we have to yeah, we don't focus on mental health, we focus on physical health, and now people have started realizing it, and so we have to do actually put these things into practice. And lastly, which our mentor always talks about is use your heart more than your mind.
Yeah,
That will help you.
absolutely, absolutely.
I will just add one more thing. I
Yeah,
think having faith, it is very
Yes.
important. Like maybe you believe in God, universe, higher power, energy, anything. Having that faith, and I think it's the quote of Tony Robbins that life happens for you and not to you. So I think having that faith, it is very, very important to just pass through any challenges in life.
absolutely, absolutely. And I would like to add that the Colonel has shared a very amazing concept that you have to follow your heart, not your brain. Because, in this age of AI, like the work is shaping our lives, our communities, the way we connect with each other. But there is one constant in our life, and that is our mental health. So we have to keep it as a constant thing. Like we have to focus in on daily basis. And we have to make this this ode to ourselves that now more than ever, like we have to focus on our mental health more now, because if we take control of it right now, like if we prioritize our self-care, embrace those challenges that are happening in our life, and build those resilience by the help of the amazing coaches that are in our community, so we can excel like in this race of growth and creativity and fulfillment. So thank you so much, speakers who have joined us. It was really an amazing session, a very good, I would say, therapy kind of session for me. And I hope our viewers have enjoyed it a lot. So those of you who have any questions related to this session, you can reach out to us, the speakers who are in this session. And also, if you want to connect with us, there is a link in the description. So you can connect with us, you can learn more about it. And yeah, there is one thing that we are offering as a gift on this Mental Health Awareness Day, that you can, if you want to connect with us, that we'll be sharing a specific personality assessment link with you. That is, that will be, I would say, will definitely change your life. So if you really want to know more about why certain things are happening since the start of this 2024 in your life, so this is the time right now. Let's take control of it and let's start working towards it. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you,
Anand.
Dr.
Thank you,
Anand.
everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank